Hello, I'm RetroJules. This is my AMX 1390 Tier 9 French light tank. Once used to be the predecessor to the Batchat and now leads to the 13105. I really enjoy this tank. It's a brilliant Batchat styly sneak up on the enemy, unload drums into them and disappear, and also very effective at sniping, but absolutely brilliant for auto aiming. And you may know that I like to auto aim. It's a dirty habit that I have a trouble to shake, but I also play tanks that thoroughly encourage auto aiming. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But what if I was to play a game and every single shot I took was an auto aim? What would happen? And what would happen if I did that with a light tank on a city map and in the snowiest of conditions? So here we are on Himmelsdorf in an almighty Russian blizzard. It's got to be a Russian blizzard because only Russian blizzards create snowdrifts that 30 to 60 ton tanks can't actually go through and roll over and get flipped and jump around. That's proper Russian snow. And I'm thinking to myself, great, light tank, city, visibility reduced to 50%, radio signal reduced to 50%. Really, the only way I can be effective in this game is to brazenly just zip around everywhere and take my chances. And quite unintentionally, well, 1 shot out of 4. What was my hit ratio on that? 25%. That was dreadful. But quite unintentionally, I play this whole game with auto aim. And I say unintentionally because I never really seemed to sit still for long enough. When I got any enemies in my sights, they were vulnerable, they were side on. And it's not until I got to the end of this game that I realised I had done the whole thing on auto aim. And what I love about this game is one rule never applies to every single game. There are some games you will watch and see me criticise, and you'll criticise me and say, Retro, you auto aim too much. And sometimes that auto aim shot will dump itself in a rock because only half the enemy are exposed, or it'll ricochet because it wasn't aimed properly. And yet sometimes you can snatch an auto aim and it will go flying to its target, take a tank out that wouldn't have possibly happened had you aimed, because the tank would have moved out of your sights by then. So I just love that it's not one rule for every game. Anything can happen. I am being chased by a pesky light tank, and as you can probably tell already, it's quite a manic, just zooming around game where I just don't sit still, which is generally why I don't actually get a chance to aim, and I just keep the aim circle pinned on a target. Shooting on the move. This tank is not good shooting on the move, especially with the Russian snowdrifts. And I know it's a German map, but it's still Russian snow, and they flip the tank everywhere. So currently, not done an awful lot of effective spotting, really. Only 4 tanks. Got a few shots in. And I'm just thinking, what do I do? Quite a few tanks were heavily outnumbered up at the castle. Oh, well, I'm not going to go that way. Tank destroyers, and well, we're being quite campy, actually. We haven't even gone over halfway. I have, but nobody else has. Easy side shots into that Death Star. Back up, reload. It's going to appear this way, but which way? Surely it's going to be looking my way. But then it is being engaged by that heavy at C3, so it probably hasn't got a chance to look this way, and it's taken out. And I pick up my 3rd assisted damage. So where now? Well, I'm going to... You know, I quite like this area, even though it's heavily undulating over rock-hard snow. It's giving me a little bit of flexibility to zoom around. I don't want to end up in a street and come face to face with something I can't handle. E4. And we get a shot in. And as yet, have not fully aimed and fired a shot. Right, so, well, we're winning this game quite comfortably. Oh, there's a grill. And the completely misses its shot and shoots right over the top of me. Couple of easy shots in, and I'm just going to run away and let my team finish that tank off. Because one shot from that is game over from me. And then I decide to go up to the castle and try and help finish off the team, and I have a nagging feeling in the back of my mind that there is a heavy still up by the castle. And had I been a little bit sensible, I'd have brought up the tank list just to see what it might be, but I don't. And I think about going straight through the back of the castle, and then I have a feeling that perhaps it could be in front, looking down over the wall, trying to take us guys out. So that's the direction I go in. Little did I know that actually that tank is where I was originally going, and it's a Conqueror, and luckily that Conqueror player is a worse shot than I am, and it's probably the only reason I survived this game. It gets a shot in. Not really frightened of a Conqueror. It's really not heavy as such. It doesn't do the damage. The shots aren't something you're scared of. But I'm off. I've unloaded my drum. And this is where I have a bit of a quandary on this corner. Should I stay or should I go? If I stay, there may be trouble. And I'm just not sure if that Conqueror is going to come for me or it's going to stay up there. Because I was wondering if it was hiding. But then I'm an easy soft kill for that tank, and lo and behold, it does come round, misses its shot, and yeah, I'm off. Not even going to try and take that on because there's no way I'm going to unload all my drum before the Conqueror gets a shot in, and even though it's not a very good shot, surely it's going to get lucky at some stage. So I'm going to sneak all the way round the back, hoping it's going to continue its route and be interested in the heavy that's at the enemy cap at K5. We'll do a nice little jump over the rubble, and as this game denotes, we'll do an auto aim on the back of the Conqueror because they're not going to miss. And we finished the Conqueror off. A complete game of auto aiming. Never really staying still, which isn't bad on a city map. And how did that prove to be? 73,000 silver, 1 tank destroyed, first class mastery, 3,700 damage, nearly 5,000 combined damage, and I think that is completely hilarious. Doing the whole game on auto aim and coming top. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching the Auto Aim King playing on Himmelsdorf. Keep safe, keep tanking, and I'll see you soon.
Should I stay or should I go? If you say that you are mine, I'll be here till the end of time. So you got to let me know. Should I stay or should I go?